We are live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Outcasts of the Old Republic. I'm trying to do two things at once. Welcome back to this Fantasy Flight Star Wars campaign run by myself. I am William Orshani, and I am your storyteller. And joining me today, we have Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I'm playing Mila Hurus, the Keldor ex-Jedi.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Lysandra, who's a Zeltron medic. And I'm rolling Destiny.
Okay, yeah, roll Destiny, both of you.
Consistent.
I have to remember how to do this. It's been a while.
Yep.
Me. Oh boy.
So we're 2 in and we've got 2 dark side.
It's going well.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly, and I am playing ROKO, or Rocco, who is an assassin droid.
Go ahead, roll your
I
Destiny.
hit the wrong thing. There we go.
Rocco, balancing us out.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Shavad Teo, who is a human ambassador. And I'm about to break the perfect balance that we sit upon with a dark side.
As is only appropriate.
Yes.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights, human rights. Call whatever government officials you can to make your opinions known on everything that is going on in the world right now, because it's very important that certain actions not be just quietly, tacitly condoned by inaction. And literally about to do the same thing over again. I am distracted today.
We are with it today.
When last we left off, our group of mercenaries, our outcasts, had fought off a group of Gamorreans who had been hunting down Lysandra in an attempt to capture her for a rising crime lord by the name of Kubus, and interrogated the one remaining survivor in regards to their affiliations with the Exchange, a galaxy-wide criminal organization masquerading as a corporation, a la the Mafia, and eventually, after confirming everything going on, decided that rather than dealing with the Exchange directly and all the problems that would lead to immediately, it was a better idea to get the hell off this planet.
That is a wonderful way to describe how I and definitely not, oh shit, this is a problem, I need to run from it.
Strategic retreat. We're calling it a strategic retreat.
Because we are lying.
Strategic advance in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But opting to instead pursue a job that Shavad had acquired from the Republic that might also tie into Shavad's own personal goals. Not that and Shavad has shared that fact with anyone.
No.
The group the group began the hyperspace journey towards the world of Balmorra. There were some heated words in regards to the lack of communication present amongst this group as regards damages to the ship and or the potential hitches that might be occurring in Rocco's programming, because during the Gamorrean fight, Rocco may or may not have been living a flashback and shooting at whatever was relevant to that flashback rather than whatever was directly in front of them.
They're fine. Everyone's fine.
Everyone came out of that fine-ish. No one was directly shot by Rocco aside from the Gamorreans, so that ended up working in the group's favor. But after some conversations and some airing of grievances, but some further reinforcement that this group is built on a number of secrets that not everyone is able to share, so no one really has the high ground in that regard. The which means it's not over yet. The group was able to begin their hyperspace journey towards Balmorra. You have a couple of days. I forget how long. I know Sen found the hyperspace travel times. I need to find them again myself. There it is. Sublight travel time, or that's sublight. I need hyperspace. Hyperspace travel times. Between sectors, across the you're gonna be crossing the galaxy for about a week and a half. If that time is not accurate to the time that I gave you last session, shut up. No, it isn't.
I don't think it's accurate.
Yes, it is. You mean?
Shut up. Yes, it is. Yeah. You're heading to a sector of the galaxy that encompasses both the Kuwait system and the Balmorra system. They're not like around the same star, like it's not the same solar system that houses both planets, but both are relatively close to each other in the same like galactic grid coordinates, generally speaking. So and because of that, any of you who bother to brush up on your general like public galactic knowledge, you would know that the shipyards of Kuwait and the weapons manufacturer and the weapons manufactory of Balmorra work in close hand in hand. The weapons that are made on Balmorra are shipped out on the ships that are made in Kuwait and go all across the galaxy, which makes both planets very valuable to both the Republic and the Empire. And currently, the Empire controls both.
Wonderful.
But are there any conversations or scenes that need to happen while your ship is still in hyperspace before you drop out into the Balmorra system?
I did.
Yes.
Shavod has told the group, for Drevian's sake, what our goal on this new mission is. There's a resistance cell that has been being funded by the Republic, and they've gotten just too good at it. It's gotten too big of a thing, and they're like, we can't keep funding it if they're that efficient, because then they'll notice that the Republic is funding it, and that will cause like an outright war kind of thing. So we need to tell them to cool their jets. I'm wondering if Shavod knows Mila's sort of Jedi vibe or potential past.
I'm uncertain.
Okay. Because Shavod would be interested in that. Shavod would have tried to figure out things about all of you. Because she likes knowing stuff. And I'm basically wondering if she would approach you to ask if you have a way to get in contact with any Jedi that might be working with this resistance cell.
The primary giveaway would have been whether or not Shavod has ever seen Mila's lightsaber.
I doubt it. It is not the go-to weapon.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, I mean, up in the air whether Mila would have shared any of that information or whether or not anyone would have pressed about Mila's past. Mila could just be an archaeologist as far as the group knows, but it's entirely possible that Mila's particular interest in Jedi history might have clued people into the fact that Mila is herself a former member of the Order. But that is entirely up to the group of you to determine how much you know about each other.
Milo's not the most forthcoming about it
Mm-hmm.
because, especially going into Empire territory, being an ex-Jedi is something that could be dangerous.
Yes, but Shavod is pushy. Would have asked or it would have like tried to converse with all of you.
I guess the question is, did this conversation ever come up, and did you answer? Would you have answered honestly if she had asked while you were still on Taurus?
If directly asked, probably. Like, she's not going to lie about it. She's just not going to freely give it.
Okay. All right. Then Shavod is going to drop in wherever you are on the ship.
The assumption can be if she wasn't going to lie about it, Shavod's probably pushy and nosy and observant enough to have asked about it at some point. Maybe not everyone else in the crew, but probably Shavod has asked at some point.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I have a moment of your time?
Sure.
I did want to ask you, since we're going into this, and our dear Captain Commander, Lieutenant, I haven't decided what rank I'm sticking with there, is going to be dealing with the Sith side of things. If you had a way to, I know you don't like to talk about it, but if you have any way of getting in touch or sensing if any of your former brethren are near. I don't know, these types of things, from my understanding, usually tend to include a Jedi or two.
So for the storyteller, do I know of any Jedi that were active in this region?
Roll me. Let's see. Mila, go ahead and roll me Core Worlds.
Let's see.
Difficulty 2, standard.
Now I have to remember how to roll things.
You got to put 2 in the purple die. It might look like a green die right now because for some reason this character sheet is weird.
Yep. Yeah. It's broken.
The green triangle on the right side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be a purple diamond, but for some reason it's got the wrong shape on it right now.
No, let's see. Core Worlds.
Out of the things that could be broken on the character sheet, that is at least just cosmetic.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a yellow and 2 green for Core World.
You don't need to add those.
Oh.
On the left side, you can just zero out the left side and then just click on the roll dice button on the right end of the Core Worlds skill.
Oh, that is what that button is. Okay.
Ooh.
So you don't know any specific names, but what do you think those advantages will give you?
maybe contact points. Like I don't know who's here, but I know where to go to look for.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, with that information, you've been gone from the Order for a while, and Jedi attachments to specific organizations, especially covert ones like rebel organizations, tend not to be super public knowledge. A and B kind of tend to rotate a lot because Jedi are historically bad at being covert for long periods, barring certain exceptions. So typically, once a Jedi does something that kind of gives them away, they kind of have to be pulled and replaced. So it's half decent odds that if there is a Jedi working with this resistance cell, that they've had to be pulled out and replaced at some point. But if you're looking for them, you can usually find Jedi have a nose for danger. And depending on how wise the individual in question is, common places that you will find them are either where it is most dangerous, so on the front lines of whatever resistance activity is happening, in the command center, talking with the people who are on the higher up ends of this rebellion, so probably most likely going to be around the other people in charge, or performing some kind of lone op that their skills are particularly suited to, which is usually going to be a thing that you'll only be able to find out about when you either get lucky, air quotes, and stumble across them, or you might learn it from conversations with either overhearing Imperial comms chatter about something like that happening, where they start encountering a weird individual who's been doing exceptional work, or you might hear it from the rebel command structure if they mention that they currently have a special agent or operative performing tasks on the side. So there, you know the signs to look for in general.
Well, it's been a while, so the places I knew might not be relevant anymore. But it's a Jedi. They're not the most subtle of people, so it shouldn't be hard to find one of them if they're here.
I trust your judgment. Don't discount your knowledge. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance that there might be some bad blood when I don't know. The handful of occasions I have been at parties where Jedi were, they tend to be a little bit that stick is very far up, and they're not the most, they're fanatical.
I didn't leave on particularly bad terms, so.
All right, that's good.
Unlike Logair.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that somebody is professing that the Jedi A are bad at being sneaky. What, you're telling me the people that always wear their fucking robes no matter what aren't sneaky, and B might have rigid thinking.
Shocked, I say. It's very helpful.
To be fair to them on the robes aspect, theoretically, if people were paying attention to how this world is supposed to be built, those are meant to be pretty generic robes that you would see basically anyone trying to hide from the environment.
That literally nobody but the Jedi ever wear on screen.
Yeah, that's the main issue. I can count on one hand the number of times someone has been wearing a Jedi-like robe and not been a Jedi.
Yeah. I think that was a plot point at one thing, actually.
And I think at least 3 of them were in Andor, where there aren't that many Jedi.
I think this is funny because I am wearing those robes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Case in point.
And Mila does have fairly rigid thinking. It just doesn't line up with the Jedi. Mila's rigid thinking is, I want holocrons.
Yeah. All right. I will leave you to, I don't know, brush stuff with things. Farewell. And Shavad's going to wander off.
I love Shavod's overdramatic entrances and exits.
Yeah. Listen, I've got to. What am I just gonna walk into a room? Ew.
Why walk when you can saunter?
Exactly.
Why saunter when you can sashay?
Mhm.
So, any other conversations or scenes that need to happen before the leatherback drops out of hyperspace?
Trying to think. I don't believe so on my part. Actually, no, that's not true. Doesn't need to happen, but she's gonna do it anyways. At some point, Lysandra will show up to Shavat's quarters, and she, hit the doorbell. I don't know what you would call it.
Doorbell works fine, I think.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, doorbell works.
Yeah.
The hailing sound.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, you. Hello.
Yes. Hi. Do you have a moment?
I do. I have loads of moments.
Yeah, we really don't have much to do until Anyway, and she steps inside. The door
This
shut.
ship is really lacking in windows.
You don't really want windows on ships. I mean,
know.
you can have ports.
I was making conversation, Lysandra.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't have a read on you yet. So.
And this is to determine one.
No. No, not at all. I just wanted to. Okay, look. I know that there was a kind of, before we took off, there was a kind of tense conversation in the main area.
Yes.
And I kind of turned things around on you a little bit.
Yes.
I just.
Oh, hi, Con.
Huh? Oh,
sorry.
The cat.
Cat jumps into Shavon's arms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Put a cat in your lap and start petting it. That will definitely make you look less menacing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just wanted to say that I wasn't trying to insinuate anything negative about you.
Thank you.
I don't think that you have some great dark secret that's going to endanger us all or anything like that. I don't think that anybody necessarily needs to worry about you about anything. I didn't want that to be necessarily the takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Can I don't know what this system's insight check is, but I want to do that.
That would be. Let me check here.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a
if
perception, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it'll
Is it
be
perception?
it'll
Okay.
so yeah, it'll be perception for
All right.
Yep.
Is that
Perception
versus-
versus charm.
versus charm. Okay,
Yeah,
do we
versus-
just
And then we
just do
both have-
flat?
yeah, just flat, no difficulty.
Okay.
Just whoever gets more successes, and if
Got
there's a
it.
tie, it's whoever has more advantages.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna check and see if I get anything because I've got some like
Have fun.
bonuses to talking. Beautiful. I love it. Did you know that's just being nice? Okay. Actually, I upgrade the difficulty of incoming charm, coercion, and deception checks once per rank of nobody's fool. Would that add a difficulty to Lysandra's?
In this case, yes, it would.
Yeah.
It would upgrade the
difficulty.
downside.
Yeah,
Which is not the same as a difficulty. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Well,
That's yeah.
If you have no dice and you upgrade difficulty, it just gives you a difficulty die.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna roll a difficulty die then.
Yeah, just roll a
That's
straight up
fair.
difficulty.
Which
Subtract
I
it from what
don't
you
remember how to do that. To just roll a difficult. Oh, never mind. I remember how.
You lose an.
I lose an advantage. Oh no.
Other die.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the setback. That's
All
the
right.
setback.
Oh, that's a setback die.
Second
Oops,
die.
Wrong one.
Okay. I got
Hold
a
on.
success and a setback, so not as good. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Yep.
Look,
Which-
I'm rolling dice. What do you
Just what I
expect?
said.
Yeah. That's what I'm counting on, Jeremy.
End result, Shavon does have a success on you. So, what does that gleam?
Just basically how sincere.
So. Fairly sincere.
Okay.
I will put it this way. The words are sincere.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and I think, I don't know if one success would be enough to pick this up, but I'm going to go with it anyways. It's not even that it's conscious on her part. Like, she is not consciously doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a sort of subconscious intent of, I am doing this in order to lower your guard is not the correct term because that is a lot more insidious than
Put you at
it would be
ease
implied.
more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the words are very specifically chosen in a way to put you at ease.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So Shavad's gonna continue, I guess. No, that's very lovely. Thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate the apology.
It wasn't an apology. I don't, everything I meant. I just wanted to make sure
The
that,
tone.
yeah, I wanted to make sure that the tone came across right.
Of course. And I know that you and your employer are nervous going
Not
about.
my employer,
All right.
just He just is what he is.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Commander, but sure.
Commander. In what?
That is... I served in his squad. You know, the people with lightsabers usually have a squad, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went independent, I went with him.
I'm sure he's glad to have a friend.
What brings you out here?
I wanted my independence back.
From what?
From the various people who like to try and tell me what to do.
Who told you what to? I mean, besides like the Empire, because they tell everybody what to do.
Yes.
Oh, them. Okay. Yeah, fair.
No. Yes, as in Empire, Republic, all sorts of folks.
Yeah,
But
still fair.
there's specific people.
Such as?
I would prefer to keep that quiet at this juncture.
That's fair. No, that's fine.
I'm hoping that this particular job will help alleviate some of that pressure.
Cool. Okay. But yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have a real strong desire to ask further, but I think I understand the boundaries. We all have them.
If it becomes pertinent, I will let the group know.
Okay, cool. I trust you on that. Okay, yeah, you
By the way, I did have a question as our medical personnel. Do you know anything about cats? Because he hasn't been eating right. The past couple days, and I think it's just the excitement and new surroundings, etc., of getting shot at, explosions, that kind of thing.
Johnny, would that be general medicine or xenology?
I think a xenology is appropriate for dealing with specifically non-humanoids and animals that are not the traditional sentient species.
And see, that's where it gets interesting, because you would think that medicine, it would be.
You can make an argument for both. Like,
no, I'm fully on board with xenology. I'm just pointing out the weirdness of how medicine versus xenology works, because Lysandra, being a medic who went out and became a greater part of the world, medicine makes sense as something that you use to treat humans. But had I spent the entirety of my life on Zeltron, I would not be dealing with human physiology.
I would say that medicine applies to the greater galactic sentient population physiology, whereas xenology is very specifically for non-traditional citizen of the galaxy physiologies.
Fair enough. So What I have xenology. Yeah, I know a little bit. Sorry. What was not eating?
Not eating. He's been cranky.
Can I see him?
Will gingerly hand you the cat, and she very clearly loves him. Like this is very like watching very closely, like looks a little bit nervous.
Yep.
This
and
is the most real emotion you have seen out of her.
Yep. I figured. Xenol, what's the difficult that word going to be? Donnie?
So I'm
Just
sorry.
sort of slightly stressed cat.
It's just a cat. It's not super complex. Diff 1.
Okay. Yeah. Four successes.
What is the annoying thing about this to go with that?
I'm assuming
threat?
I'm gonna say like not even necessarily intentionally, because pheromones call him Kitty, but like just in the transfer over, I got scratched.
Yeah, you get a little bit scratched up.
Yep. That's okay.
It's not even enough to deal you a wound. It's just like that. Yep. That's frustrating and
just
annoying.
A point of strain.
Yeah, literally, I just take a strain. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, first because I'm assuming it's just stressed because it's in a ship and everything. Yeah.
New environment.
Well, he seems healthy. Everything is fine. I would probably be able to pick up on that because empathic as well. He's just stressed. Do you have things that can make it feel more like at home for him here?
Yes, possibly.
Okay. Those are going to help a lot.
Okay.
Copious amounts of catnip. Let's go.
Yeah, if need be, I can probably put together a very very, 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 very light sedative.
I don't think that's
chill him out, but yeah, yes. that would be if there aren't any better options.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you.
Hand him back carefully. All right. Well, I'm gonna go that way. If you need anything, if you get hurt, if you just need to talk, whatever, know where I am. Yep. And I turn around and I walk off because I'm the most awkward Zeltron ever.
Yeah, I would say anyone that you would see like in a random scene on Coruscant or on Tatooine in a Star Wars show, you would probably be covering with medicine. But like all of the animal species and all of the really, really exotic aliens, like if you ran into a Gand or a Gendai, those would be when you'd be using xenology.
Fair enough.
Medicine. But like your typical like Rhodian, Trandoshan, Gamorrean, like all of the species that you see in every Star Wars movie because they're just random citizens, those would all be medicine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, and I leave you be.
All right. With that, there's no other moments that need to be had. Leaving space open in case anyone has something that came to mind. Okay. The ship eventually drops out of hyperspace. It's a week and a half of travel. Some of you probably get bored out of your skull. The realization of some kind of entertainment might be worth getting onto the ship might be had by a couple of people. Because that's a week and a half of doing nothing but watching hyperspace lines.
Can't have to meditate. This is just normal for me.
I was about to say, for some of you, that's normal, but droid can enter rest mode, Force user can just meditate, but for the two of you, that's pretty boring.
We need a karaoke machine. We need some kind of game.
All I can think of,
sort of the equivalent of a foosball or something.
all I can think of is the other escape pod becomes a karaoke chamber.
Yeah.
Perfect. But eventually, putting you on the galaxy map just as a reminder, the Leatherback comes out of hyperspace in the Balmorra system, which on the galaxy map is only shown as Kuat because they're, again, very close to each other.
Back to the core.
Yeah, you are officially within the galactic core. The section of the galaxy that is considered to be where all the high society stuff happens.
Exactly. I am going to exit my rooms in a fabulous outfit. Very flowing. It does weirdly look like robes. Not Jedi robes, but just, robes of some sort.
They're too fancy for Jedi robes.
Yeah, it's too decorated. It's too nice looking. I have to have like some sort of like it's like one step up from burlap. Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
But the primary concern that you all are going to have is that this is a factory world. It is not meant for a whole lot of traffic. So the primary docking station that is available to you all is going to be in the capital world of Sobrik, or the capital city of Sobrik, which is Imperial headquarters.
Great.
Now you all appear neutral, like you're just a mercantile vessel, probably looking to pick up some weapons to go sell elsewhere. But that's still a concern because you are going to have to walk through Imperial security, get checked out,
That'll be fine for me, but there's other members of our group where that will be difficult. And bribes get expensive.
Now, the Leatherback is fully capable of landing somewhere without a docking platform. The downside being if anyone detects a random ship just coming down, not on a docking platform, that looks suspicious.
Yeah. How confident are we in flying abilities? I don't remember which of our characters pilots.
Rocco does.
Rocco?
Yeah.
Rocco, how confident are you in making a smooth landing without fuss?
Well, for one, the landing gears are still kind of messed up, so
that is an issue.
I can make a successful landing, but it won't be smooth.
Will it be quiet?
On the planetary scale, yes, but in the immediate vicinity, those landing gears creak like a motherfucker.
Yeah. In terms of us getting noticed by security or other interested parties.
If they are not near where I am landing, we will be fine. If they are, we are screwed.
Well, I'm good at togging us through checkpoints. Not so much anything else? What about the rest?
Sorry, work stuff distracted me quickly. What exactly are we
We're
potentially having to talk our way through?
You're trying to figure out where to land.
Yeah, so we
because
Right.
the primary thing being the only really available public docking stations are in the capital city of Sobrik,
Right.
which is Imperial control.
Yep.
The Leatherback is capable of just making a planetary landing. It doesn't need a docking platform.
But that looks not great.
But if someone spots a just random ship landing somewhere that's not on docking platform, that looks suspicious.
So we either have to find a place to land that is not suspicious, or be able to talk our way through the Imperial City.
Yeah.
I can talk a good game, but that's a really, really good game to have to talk.
Now, of relevance, there are a lot of Sith. There are a lot of rogue Sith. There are a lot of Jedi. There are a lot of rogue Jedi. The galaxy is a big place, and just because you are necessarily not on good terms with the Empire does not mean that someone who knows that will immediately encounter you.
Right.
That is still a risk.
That said, the Force is funny that way.
Yeah, the
on
Force
how
is funny like
you
that.
just seem to randomly come up against things that will cause complications as if they were storyline beats.
Yeah, the Force is
weird how that happens.
Yeah, the Force is funny like that, but it is not a guarantee.
And Rocco, you can find a place to land if it's in the city. Can we find a place?
The last word you said.
That's because I cut myself off.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. You can find yourself a place to land if it's in the city, but then we'll be in the city.
Affirmative.
Where we ultimately need to go is not the middle of the city. That's correct.
Yes, the Republic, the rebel groups are operating out like planetary general, like they're operating out near some of the factories and stuff outside the capital. It's just a matter of where are you going to land to not draw attention to yourself.
Can you find us? You know, my other Zeltron character would be very useful right now. But you will be bored for another few thousand years. So, I don't suppose anybody knows. When we were given this information, were we given a way to contact them? Like a comms frequency?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you were given frequencies and basically call and response, like code designations.
Okay.
Those are short range. Like that's gonna like the
we're gonna have to get within the atmosphere to do that, probably.
Yeah, you won't be able to do that from orbit.
And that's fine. We can floof around in the area and stall while we contact the people we need to contact, and hopefully they know where we can find a safe landing space.
Yeah, I had a quick question about that actually, Storyteller. Because I'm from the core planets, and I don't know if I would have basically I'm looking for an excuse for us to dawdle around up there if I know of an event that might be going on, or someone I can say we're coming to see as we're just sort of looping our way around looking like tourists, basically. Or looking like, just some random merchants that don't need to be paid attention to.
Go ahead and roll me.
Because I do have knowledge in that.
Roll me either core worlds or negotiation just to figure out core worlds will give you world specific knowledge. Negotiation will give you general tactics that you could use basically anywhere in this kind of situation.
I'm better at negotiation, so I think I'll do that.
Diff 2.
Diff 2? Alright. Diff 2. Hang on. This is my time to use all my things.
I will spend a dark side.
That's fair.
To upgrade your roll.
Alright, upgrade.
Upgrade the bad side.
Yeah. Okay, I don't get anything for negotiation. That's fine. Upgrade. Sure. Let's see how this goes. Hey.
Pretty good.
Yeah. 3 successes.
Your ship's kind of beat up. There's
repairs. Yeah.
There's a pretty easy reason to want to hang out in Atmo before landing, which is to say we're trying to get some last minute repairs from, say, a pirate run that we had on our way here before we're able to land properly. So if anyone asks, you can just say, "Hey, we're trying to fix the landing gear right now," and they'll have proof of that because your landing gear is still gonna suck.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'll pass it along. I think I've got an idea for us to be able to stall in the air a little bit while we make that contact. We'll just say we're looking for a mechanic.
Yep. Smart.
You have a mechanic.
Yes, but we don't want them to know that.
Ah. All right.
He's our secret.
He isn't very quiet for a secret.
No, that's why I'm not letting him talk into the comms when I push the button.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
All right. So for performing this kind of maneuver, first, Rocco, give me piloting planetary.
Yeah.
Any upgrades, downgrades, difficulties?
No, just difficulty 2.
Okay. Just to be clear, that's the green triangle, right?
It's the green triangle on the right-hand side.
Okay.
That should be a purple diamond, but is not.
You said planetary? Piloting
planetary.
Okay.
Specifically because you're trying to fly in Atmo.
Right.
Nice.
All right. Based on that, that's a lot of successes, but there is a threat. So that will tell me how long you have before people start asking questions. So with that, you have not been immediately contacted by anyone from air traffic control from Sobrick or anything just yet. So I'm assuming you're going to try and try and reach out to your contact in the Resistance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you walk over to the communicator on the ship and punch in codes. There's a signal that goes out. There's an exchange of coded phrases, which is basically they offer a call. You give the response that you were provided by the Republic before any actual proper communication channels are put through, and after they confirm you have the correct response to their call, you're put through, and on the communicator appears the holographic image, because Star Wars loves their holocommunicators.
Because they're great.
the holographic image of a Twi'lek woman, color, like skin tone and like particular details are hard to make out in Hollow because everything is just kind of that like washed out grainy blue that Hollow images are. But they sort of, who's contacting us?
The ship, as I realize, I don't think we have. Do we have a ship name? We decided on one. I think
It's the Leatherback.
The Leatherback. Shavad speaking. I spoke with insert name here. And we're here to provide assistance.
Well, all right then. I take it you're looking for a safe place to land, at least far from Imperial eyes.
We are. It would be very nice not to have to hike through the city.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. Hi.
So yeah, there's a momentary pause. She leans out of frame for a second and talks to someone. Well, you might not like the environment, but it's probably the best place to avoid imperial attention. You're going to land in a place called Bugtown.
Atmospheric.
I'm sending you the coordinates. You'll tell them that Diet is giving you permission to dock.
Diet?
And it's for those keeping track of character names, it is Dyette.
Ah, I almost had it. All right. The Bug Pit. Lovely.
Bugtown, thank you.
Bug Town.
Yeah, where did that pit come from?
I don't know.
I feel like you have certain expectations of what this.
I was looking at my early notes and it was saying something with I don't know where it came from. Fascinating. What kind of bugs?
Colicoids, and they're not fun, so be careful.
Well, that's fair. It does sound better than rat ghouls.
Okay, anything sounds better than rat ghouls.
Yes, obviously. We'll make our way over. Over and out. And we'll end the communication.
All right, looking forward to it. And yeah, you bring the ship around. Fortunately, that conversation did not last long enough for that threat to pay home because there's only one threat. So, the ship comes around and hovers through a couple of different canyons and eventually comes to the site of the ever so lovely named Bugtown. Calling it the Bug Pit might not have been completely inaccurate. Because it looks like this Bugtown, air quotes, is basically an old research station that has been retrofitted into a covert operating post. There is a singular open platform left for you that is in this sort of like carved out canyon crevasse. It almost looks like this was where this docking station is planted. It's pretty good to hide your ship because it's like recessed into the ground. But it looks like this was probably like mined out for usages by this facility. So you are literally dropping down into like a mined out like quarry pit. You can see machinery positioned on all sides. This place, like to exterior view and probably to satellite and like long distance viewing, this looks like an abandoned research facility. But as the ship comes down and you get a better look at the immediate surroundings, you can tell there's a decent number of individuals operating machinery and just maneuvering about back and forth between some of the research buildings. But as your ship comes down, there are a trio of individuals approaching to greet you as you exit the landing ramp. Your ship, the docking gear grinds and crunches as it still does because it has not been fully repaired. It takes you a minute to get the ship to land, but eventually it touches down.
All right. Heading out immediately. Diet gave us landing permission. We're the Leatherback. Pleased to meet you.
The three individuals greeting you, various different species. You've got a human, you have a Rhodian, and a Duros. Rhodians being the sort of like green, long-mouthed individuals that are often pictured with the mohawks and the antenna. And Duros being the like they look literally like the old Martian images. They have the big blue heads and the bright eye and the big red eyes.
One of the Martian images.
Yeah. And the human of the group indicates yeah, that's Diet warned us that a ship would be incoming. Let me bring you to the bunker before any collocoids decide they're going to make a mess for us.
That would be appreciated.
Perfect. I suddenly realized we maybe should have had a discussion over strategy. Could we do a quick flashback to like the
Yeah, what's your plan for
yeah
what's your plan for actually getting people to ramp down?
Exactly. Yeah. Strategy meeting at a table in the ship. So the Republic wants they've been assisting with this resistance cell. Unfortunately, it's been getting more active than the Republic can feasibly have ties with. And our job is to get them to calm down. Now, telling someone to calm down is the worst possible way of doing that. So,
correct.
Thoughts, suggestions, insights. Has anyone been in a resistance cell?
No.
Quite the opposite. Yeah.
Yes.
But I am pretty good at calming people down.
With just the pheromones or other techniques?
I mean, the pheromones are a big part of it. I'm not going to lie. But not just the pheromones, but because of them, I guess you would say. When you grow up on Zeltron, you just learn how to use them effectively. And so that you can't just walk up to somebody, let our pheromones, and then everything's okay. You do learn how to.
It's a skill
talk to people
that you have trained in.
more or less.
I'm also.
Granted, usually that involves a lot of time, not usually, a lot of times that involves a particular kind of negotiation. But I don't know if they have a barracks that big, so we're probably not going that route. I'll have to try the other way.
Any particular strategies or angles of approach that we're going with? Understanding that it might go sideways. I usually like to go in and assess what is currently happening there.
I was gonna say, I think the strategy should be listen to what they have to say, and then
Right?
react based on that. That's what usually works for me. Also, probably keeping the commander on the ship.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably wise. I'm planning on telling them that we are there to help.
Cool.
It's not a lie, technically.
Do you have something I can wear?
I do.
Okay, cool. Because most of what I have are these uniforms.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Makeover time. Excellent.
You will look more like a Republic officer in disguise than an Imperial officer in disguise.
Because I feel like Sandra, like pretty much all she has for clothing, she has stripped off anything. Like if you did not know it was Imperial, you would not recognize it. But you know, a rebellion cell might recognize it as such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look like undercover Imperial. She's going to make you look like undercover Republic.
Yeah, basically.
There we go. No, absolutely has a very extensive closet, really. And there are many options, a lot more, like probably more practical than you were expecting based on just her vibe of being sort of this very showy, just talkative person. There's some practical stuff in there too, so you can choose what you want.
I think, probably something a little bit, probably something a little more utilitarian, because I think she actively tries to tamp down on the Zeltron stereotype. So utilitarian, or at the very least, very covered.
Yep.
Very covered. So Jedi robes.
No.
There aren't Jedi robes in Shavot's closet.
That's good.
It's not her clientele. They don't. No. All right. Now that we've had that flashback, back to present.
Yeah. So, the thing that you immediately pick up on these three soldiers standing in front of you, first off, the fact that you recognize them as soldiers and not like underground rebels. Like they are fully armored up. Like they're not obviously wearing Republic infantry armor, but they are wearing full body armor and have full-sized like blaster rifles on their backs. These people are kitted. Which makes an amount of sense considering, you know, the planet they're rebelling on is a weapons manufacturer. But like it's very much you're starting to see the Republic officer's point of this is beginning to look less like a rebellion and more like a military operation.
Yeah.
Which is a problem for optics.
Yeah.
And the three of them, and just the fact that they referred to like bringing you to the bunker, like they have a fortified command post. You're starting to get the sense of scale here, and it's not good for the Republic's image of having surrendered this planet.
No.
But you're led down deeper into the mined out pit, and brought into a facility that looks like it's been built into the hollow at the edge, and eventually you're brought into this, like, the stone walls of the pit are given way to the like clean worked metal of what looks like very clearly it was at one point a like observation and control facility for this research station. There are computers lining the walls in every direction. The ceiling is particularly high. There are readouts and sort of scans of the local environment constantly being pulled, and you see science officers and technicians just sort of milling about, checking the computers, checking readouts, sharing information. But eventually you are led to the central command room, where there are a good couple dozen soldiers, all standing in like ready position, just keeping an eye out, watching readouts. And yeah, the Twilight woman that you spoke with over the communicator, standing at what looks to be a war table. It is a sort of like hollow table that just has a map of the region around this facility, of the planet pulled up on it, that she's just kind of looking over. She sort of calls out to one of the soldiers nearby, get those doors ready in case Master Sawasha returns with colloquoids at his back. We definitely don't want him coming home with more trouble than we can handle, but all things considered, the colloquoids have been getting a bit more aggressive lately. Hopefully he found a solution to that. And as you approach, she sort of turns and looks. Ah, you must be the crew at Leatherback. I'm Commander Diet. Pleasure meeting all of you. What? I understand that you're here to assist.
Indeed.
And in case you want the spelling of that other name that she gave, Sawasha.
Oh, that one's completely wrong. I give a covert look over to Mila at that name, or at that title, rather.
Is it one that I recognize?
Roll me education. Diff 2.
Let's see. Education.
One success. Master is like, you don't know this person individually, but two facts. One, Master could or could not actually mean anything, but it does probably imply a Jedi. The thing is, most people refer to any Jedi as Master. Doesn't really matter what their rank is, unless they're very familiar with how the Jedi Order hierarchies itself. They'll typically just call any Jedi Master X. 2, Sawasha's a Wookiee name.
They're referring to a Wookiee as master that's coming in possibly with bugs on their tail, which it screams, the Jedi looking for danger.
Yeah, Wookiee Jedi are not known for their subtlety.
Aha, we found him. That was quick.
Not least of which just being that they are a Wookiee. It is hard to hide a Wookiee.
Milo doesn't really react.
Mm.
Very much that practice stoicism.
Yep. No, we are here to assist. I'm not sure what name of contact told you. But we have other question that we would have hashed over. How much do we want to tell them about us? I figured like if we offer like, hey, mechanical help, we can maybe get a sense of what they've got going on here, what they might be trying to build, or like larger things they might be using, possibly medical. I figure not letting them know our fighting capabilities, because I don't know how much we want to get involved in any actual operations happening. I'm not sure about that. That'd be a question for our more martial members, which is not Shavad. I don't know how combat capable Mila is.
Not very.
Okay. I don't think there's a way to spin an archaeologist helping out a resistance cell unless it's something very specific going on here.
I mean, I can bullshit.
Okay.
I have military background.
Yeah.
I just.
Would Lysandra be comfortable with Shavad telling them that though? Or would it just be like, you're a medic, you can help with anything that's going on here? Before I start talking.
That's a good question. I mean, as long as they don't question it.
Mm.
Like, there's a lot of military, and comparatively, if you compare it with everything out there, very little of it, a low percentage of the total, it's a plurality, but it's not a majority, is Empire. Or, yeah. Yeah, I'll make some shit up.
Okay.
Mercenary.
Cool,
That's not even making anything up, because right now, that's what I am.
Yep. Hollywood Rocco be fine with being conscripted into doing whatever mechanical stuff they have going, and maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shava's gonna do that. Then is basically like give a brief kind of rundown of
General capabilities.
military training. We have mechanical prowess. Is not going to say anything about the rusty whatever happened to our landing gear that they probably heard. We're just going to ignore that. We're not going to point that out.
If they ask, we will address. Until they ask, we just assume everything is fine.
Exactly. They can assume we're not super capable. That's fine. I don't care about that. And any other odd jobs you might have lying around. Here to be of assistance.
Well, all things considered, the biggest problem that's holding us back right now is the one that Master Sawasha was trying to get a bit of a better idea of. We've got a bit of a problem. We've got a bit of a bug problem, hence the name of the region. There's a hive of colicoids on this planet that have been running a bit rampant-ish, even more than is, common for their species. They're not... These ones are feral, unlike the typical. Anyone who wants to can go ahead and roll me xenology to see what they know about colicoids as a species.
Difficulty?
3. They're not super common, but you might know something.
Hey. me.
Success and advantage.
I do not.
Shavod
And it
Mila
gave you a
don't know much.
migraine to think about.
So Lysandra Lysandra and Rocco, colicoids are an insectoid species that are known for they're an intelligent species. They're not like unable to communicate normally. They are known for having a very sort of detached, like cold, emotionless outlook on things. They're known to be cannibalistic, and they are known to sort of have this ongoing drive for improvement and adaptation. They're constantly trying to make themselves better at everything. Pointedly, if any of you who have seen anything Star Wars recognize the droideka, the rolling destroyer droids that are used in the prequel movies, those are designed after and originally constructed by colicoids. The colicoids are known, like they have this natural, their physiology is sort of hunched forward in that regard. They have that same kind of profile, and they have the ability to basically roll themselves up into a ball as a mode of locomotion, and can rapidly expand from that point as like an ambush tactic to leap at targets.
Horrifying.
But they're primarily known as weapons manufacturers. They're really good at making technology, and in particular weapons. They use it to improve their state. But they're a little bit dangerous to work with because they're constantly like looking to upscale themselves. They're really shrewd merchants. They're often just like, we're in it for as much technology and weaponry and money as we can get to improve our hives and make our general society more powerful, more dangerous, more advanced. And they don't really have any reservations or qualms about doing things that might be considered generally objectionable to get there. Which the Diet will continue. Prior to the Imperial occupation, this research station was being used alongside a nest of colicoids that was intending to create genetic mutations in the hive to breed new colicoids that were well suited for weaponization purposes. With the Imperial attack, all of the colicoids were let free from the nest. And in their current state of mutation, at the moment, they're little better than feral, aggressive attack insects. They don't have any coordination. They're not really forming up. They're not even really aware. They attack anything that they consider to be an intruder in their environment. And unfortunately, the research station is close enough that we've had to deal with regular colicoid attacks. And they've been getting more aggressive lately. Master Sawasha was going to investigate and see what the state of the colicoid hive was, and see if anything could be figured out as to what might be able to be done to get them to calm down and stop lashing out at every possible turn. So honestly, once Master Sawasha comes back, assisting in whatever he's discovered with that might be ideal.
Okay.
When's he expected back?
Soonish, hopefully. And there is a from she's like leaning over to check on reports when you just hear from the back of the room a low rumbling the like constant trilling noise that a Wookiee makes when they're speaking. And you sort of turn and you see a robed, not unheard of for a Wookiee, but not very common, Wookiee individual, long, shaggy, black and brownish, like sort of grizzly bear style mix of black and brown furred individual. Their robe appears to be stained with dark viscous material that you would probably suspect is insectoid bile and blood. As he walks his way into the facility, and you find yourselves face to face with a Wookiee Jedi and a rapidly growing rebel resistance that is turning into a military operation. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh,
Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So feel free to stand up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Please enjoy these commercial messages.
And we're back.
A dinosaur
back.
story.
Yes.
I won't fight it. I won't fight it on Thursdays. I only forbid it on Mondays.
Fascinating.
But as we return, you all have been vaguely briefed on one of the major issues that this current rebel operation is facing, and been greeted by the return of the Wookiee Jedi Shawasha as they offer that trilling noise. How many of you speak Wookiee?
Well, is there a specific language thing? I always forget this.
So basically, it's what
No.
the languages your character know is what would make sense for your character to know.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I don't. There's not a lot of Wookiee conversation, like conversing that happens on the side that we were on.
Yeah, like Wookiees are kind of isolationist in general, so unless there's a particular reason that your character might have interacted with Wookiees and needed to learn the language, or like was part of an organization that interacted on Kashyyyk or worked with Wookiees in general, it's unlikely. It's a pretty uncommon language, unless you're a droid and languages can just kind of be downloaded into you. Like that's just kind of a matter of like whether or not you had one plugged in at some point.
That leads me to my question. I feel like I should be asking you because I don't know about their past because their memory's been wiped. So would they know Wookiee?
That I will ask you that question. Do they know Wookiee? And whether yes or no, there will potentially be implications therein.
I really don't know. I'm gonna go with yes.
All right.
Also, there's a Wookiee Jedi. My character would have at least made an effort to be able to have a basic conversation with them.
Yeah, so you probably know at least a little bit of Wookiee.
I don't think Shavod does.
Fair enough. So of the
not a lot of Wookiees in suits and ties. Fancy cocktail dresses, you know.
So of the group, the two, like the big thing about Wookiees is they're not stupid as a people. They can understand and speak and like process other languages just fine. It's just their vocal cords are not suited for making noises that are not Wookiee. So they have a very, very hard time speaking any language other than Wookiee. So while they might be able to understand and speak other languages just fine, they won't be able to like vocalize any language other than Wookiee very well. So those of you that do understand Wookiee will probably be doing the translation for those that don't. But for the sake of the audience, I'm just going to speak in a regular voice for.
No, I demand that you talk in full Wookiee, Sharawook, and then tell us the translation.
I second that.
Just some amount of growling, and then what the translation is from Shiriwook. Yeah. But no, the Wookiee sort of steps up to the table and just sort of indicates, I've returned from my scouting. There's, I think, in the absence of the Republic scientists since the Imperial invasion, the head of this particular hive may have made a deal with the Empire. Diet just sort of looks over. What gives you that impression, Master Sawasha? And Sawasha sort of, I found Imperial armor deep within the nest as I was able to travel as far as my skills would allow. There are Imperial weapons being taken apart and experimented upon for use with colloquoid integrations and droids. They seem to have signed on with the Empire in exchange for further assistance with experimentation. At which point Dyad just, yeah, that sounds like colloquoids. Cold-hearted bastards will just take whatever comes best for them. Well, it sounds like things have escalated. If the colloquoids are working with the Empire, it's only a matter of time before they all come crashing down on everything going on around here. That nest is going to need to be burned out.
All right.
How big of a nest are we sort of talking, hypothetically? Give me a sense of scale.
Well, there was a mined-out cavern, and it was used with the colloquoid, according to the records that we were able to pull from the science facility post the invasion. It was used with colloquoid DNA provided by the colloquoid creation nest, their primary manufacturing company, to create these mutant strains of colloquoids for experimentation. They reproduce at the rate that you would expect, hives of insects to.
Horrifically fast.
So there's a lot of them, yes.
Well, what is the carry capacity of that cavern?
That's a good point.
I don't have all the details. It seems like some of these files are a little bit out of date, especially with the amount of digging and construction the colloquoids may have been doing since taking things over. But we're definitely looking at a capacity within the hundreds, if not the thousands.
All right, Siobhan, you take the 500 on the right. I'll take the 500 on the left.
Splendid. As enjoyable as it would be to divide a colony of killer insects with like a piece of cake, I do think it may be more difficult. Why can we simply drop a smoke bomb into them? And not smoke, but you get the visual, a fire bomb down into the nest. Would that kill them? Can we do that?
It would certainly cause damage, but as I mentioned, the colloquoids are generally intelligent species.
Yes.
And capable of manufacturing weapons. While the vast majority of the warriors that we've been dealing with are feral, there are at least a handful, one that we know of at the very least, of intelligent colloquoids at the head of this nest, who would be very difficult to just smoke out. If we were going to try and do something like that, we would need to place it at the base of the hive, within the center of it. We would also need to eliminate the colloquoid in charge. Or however many there are. We've only got confirmation of one.
Well then. How big of an army can you muster against these things? Shavot's not gonna want to be the one leading a charge into a very dangerous fight, it sounds like. Unfortunately.
As this sort of look over at each other as Diet and Sawasha sort of look over each other. Sawasha kind of thinks it over for a second. Perhaps a more effective method would be to utilize the bulk of these forces in distracting the main body of the Colicoid nest, keeping the vast majority of the warriors occupied, while a smaller insertion group can take a high enough payload explosive to collapse the nests deep within its confines.
I like that plan a lot more.
Sawasha kind of looks over the group of you. I take it then you're volunteering to join me.
Yep.
Sure.
That did not come over, Holly.
Yes.
He looks over at Mila, and you get the sense of like the head tilt. That's like he's trying to figure out where he recognizes you from, but he doesn't seem to look much further than that. But he sort of nods. Still, a plan like this is not going to be implemented immediately. If you all would like to take your time and get to know the environment around here, and if you have any other tasks that are necessary to make preparations for this, I would recommend getting any other affairs you might have on this planet in order before we undertake a potentially dangerous incursion into a hive of killer insects.
Yes, I will definitely rewrite my will.
I imagine you might have other tasks on this world that call to your attention. So I would recommend seeing to those first, if necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, our main goal is here. It's helping. I don't know. You've been out and away dealing with the colocoids. We're the crew of the Leatherback. Here to be of assistance. I'm Shavon, and she'll hold out a hand to him.
Sawasha, which is translated to you, but he holds out a massive furry paw. His hand absolutely engulfs your forearm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I was so curious how it's all been going here. I mean, I've never been involved in something like this before.
Diet remarks. Well, all things considered, we've been able to make steady grounds. We've been able to gain ground fairly effectively. We've managed to take back a number of factories, taking them from Imperial hands, and now they're working fairly effectively to churn out weapons for our use instead of the imps. The downside, of course, being that with the colicoids being unleashed on our end and no longer posing as much of a threat to the Imperials, at least if what Sawasha says is true, we're going to be fighting a battle on two fronts coming soon, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult. So eliminating the colicoid nest is a high priority so that we can focus all of our efforts back on the Imperial camp.
How's that been going? What does that even involve?
Well, mostly attacking Imperial supply lines, disrupting communications networks, striking out at any important officials, seizing what operations we can to make the Empire stay on this world a living hell until enough of their hold on the planet can be weakened to incite the general Balmorran population to rise up and kick the Imperials off our planet.
Ambitious.
All
Do
in
you
all,
have
I'd say with the assistance of Master Sawasha and the support of the Republic, we've been making steady progress.
Indeed, I've been hearing impressive accounts of your work here.
Are you concerned that if you push too hard too fast, you might just incur more imperial wrath?
It's definitely been something that we've been. Some of the other resistance units have definitely voiced concerns about that, but to be quite frank, we're in the middle of the galactic core. We're a long way away from, as I am forgetting the name of the current Imperial homeworld. We're a long way from Droman Kaas. The supply lines are already stretched thin. They need this world as a manufacturer just to shore up all of their fronts along closer to the inner rim and the core worlds. If we can take this from them, it'll break so much of their supply line. I'm sure the Republic would very much appreciate being able to push the Empire out of the inner rim.
Sure. Absolutely.
Which you all know, very confident words from someone who does not realize how the political game works.
Yeah.
How? Yeah. Sure.
I'm kind of looking around. We're just kind of like in the middle here. As I'm looking around, do I see any indications of people who are less buying into his version of all of this?
Her, Diane.
Sorry. Her version. I'm looking for.
Roll me perception.
Okay.
To see if anyone has any misgivings or doubts about this.
Yeah. And if they're rolling against me, I have that thing that upgrades their difficulty. Perception. Diff 2?
Yep.
Okay. Fix that. Hey! 3 successes, 2 threats.
What do you think is the downside of your looking around, even though you do successfully see what you're looking for?
I think the one that makes most sense, even though this might be real bad for us, is that Shavod's clearly not as much into this as like her initial, presentation of the group has been. I think because it's just threats and not like a despair, it's not the whole group, but Shavod herself is like clearly not a rebel fighter kind of person. So there might be some doubts there.
Yeah, there's a frown that kind of furrows Diette's face for a minute as she seems to take in your expression. But as you look around, there are a number of people who hear their boss talk very confidently and just kind of duck their heads. And like, please don't look at me right now. I don't want to have to give bad news or bad reports. And you get the sense that there's definitely a give and take that's kind of being glossed over on this perspective. While like from the campaign perspective, like overall they might be making some decent ground and causing some problems for the Empire. From looking around, you're definitely getting the sense that it's coming at a cost that is more felt on the rank and file end.
Yep.
Like soldiers are dying. They might be well equipped because they're taking factories, but they're like individual people are getting taken out in the process. And that's something that's less felt by the command structure and more felt by the boots on the ground. And there's definitely a sense of we might be able to pull this off, but at what cost and for how long?
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. I'm trying to take note of faces, anyone who I think can be approached later.
Yeah. You definitely have a few individual targets in your back pocket that you can approach
Okay.
for whatever purposes you might need to that you've got in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, Diet just kind of acknowledges Sawash's recommendation. We'll probably need a day or two to put everything together, especially to muster enough forces to be able to keep the colloquids distracted for a while. So if there's any preparations you need to make or any supplies you might want to try and acquire from elsewhere to aid your assistance, we'll put together the bomb that you'll need and arrange our forces to serve as an ample distraction. And once everything is ready, you lot and Sawasha will go plant the explosive.
Sounds like a plan. I think we'll reconvene on our ship and assess our supplies. See what we can combine with you.
May the force be with you.
And also with you.
Easy response.
Head back. Once we are back on the ship and alone. Well, that's certainly a situation.
They're gonna die.
Yes. They're going to die. I mean, we could get rid of the whole cell by letting the bugs eat them, but that feels like...
Sorry, what?
I'm just saying that is an option to deal with this situation in a way that does get us paid. I'm not saying that's what we should do.
Okay, as long as we're not sane, that's what we should do.
Yes.
So should we call this Plan B?
Plan B, Plan C, I don't know. So it's somewhere.
Plan C for colloquid.
There we go. What's the first plan is the question. Because
Look,
sowing dissension in the ranks seems to me to be the best way to undermine this. I mean, we just let that kind of percolate once we leave and maybe have a few key elements sort of heightening this situation up and up and up, removed from the situation.
Yeah, so
I noticed some people who
of particular note, the figureheads of this rebellion are two individuals, and like for a number of reasons, who are gonna keep hyping this up. Like aside from just their individual personalities, Wookiees and Twi'leks are known to have strong running passions. They tend to be fairly stubborn when they set their minds to things, and they are well known for being zealous once they put themselves to a cause. It is unlikely that you will convince either of them to turn around on this. And as long as they're being followed and proving themselves as leaders, they're going to present a problem to getting this resistance unit to calm down.
We can't kill everyone.
The strong passions of the Twi'leks are honestly part of why they're often looked down on in the galaxy. Like a lot of people see them as kind of stupid because they can be very emotional, and their culture often leads them into trouble with slavers and every other problem that runs into the galaxy because they're very passionate and very attractive to a lot of people in a lot of very similar situations to Zeltrons.
Yep, we have a lot of sympathy for the Twi'leks.
Just two people.
But yeah, when you put a Twi'lek with talent and skill and a Wookiee who is a Force sensitive Jedi in the same room and give them an enemy they hate, they're gonna go at it pretty hard.
Or separate them off from this group they have built around themselves. They're going to keep fueling that fire.
I'm aware. There's got to be a better option than kill them.
Encase them in carbonite.
If we had enough and the machine, I would consider it.
Manipulate them against each other?
No, because then one of them or both of them are going to die. I'm trying to find options beyond
Not
them
necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
they could just disgrace themselves.
That's true. Or if they have people who are particularly loyal to one person or another, it could literally turn into a civil war with this group.
That's very appealing.
No, that's not appealing.
Out of character.
Remember, we're here to make them chill.
Yeah.
We're not here to destroy the rebellion cell. That might make our employers upset.
Out of character. There's an amusement too. The Sith is the one that opposing the killing.
I know, it's really funny. It's very funny.
It's that Imperial practicality. This was not the job.
Yeah.
Look, they're angry.
Yes.
What if we can redirect that anger somehow? I'm not saying I know how. I'm just saying.
To what?
I don't know.
I mean, Sawasha could be reminded that the Jedi abstain from such strong feelings. That the Wookiee's natural proclivity towards zealousness could be a hindrance to them, and that I should meditate and rethink on their path forward.
Do you think you could convince him of that?
I'm not sure how effective it'll be, but I could try.
If anybody would like a bit of an idea or a lead from the storyteller, please feel free to.
That's true.
Roll a relevant knowledge skill that you think might be helpful, or streetwise or something like that. If there's a skill that you think might be a good one to generate an idea, you can roll that at difficulty too.
How could I? Could I know that you can't just spend light side point for resolve this situation for us. But
We can
We
use
can.
them.
You can use them for more than just upgrades. You can use them for plot point stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
to,
can
like,
you
generate
can
a
yeah
thing.
you can use them. I will say you can use them to offer me a narrative declaration, and I can decide how to run with it. Or you can also, I will say, you can use them to ask me a question or ask me for an idea if you want me to give you one and you can't think of one.
I do have another idea.
Yeah.
Diane's
Shoot.
running this so militaristically. What if we just like get through to her that the strategy of like fighting so hard is going to backfire? Like,
Convince them to see reason.
yeah, this is such a key supply line that actually disrupting it will just bring the Empire's wrath down faster.
I mean, are you saying that we just be honest and upfront with them?
No, that would be
What? Us?
being honest and upfront with them would be telling them that the Republic wants them to chill out.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. I mean,
But like, yeah.
mostly honest and
on some-
upfront with them, because all of what you just said is how I would deal with a reasonable person.
Yeah.
Maybe we find out just how much they've been hurting, how like hemorrhaging troops, or like how much resources they've spent to get where they are versus the resources the Empire can put in.
From what I saw in there, it seems like it's been a cost. I think that's a good angle to lean on.
And then also the reminder that such callous use of lives is much more the Empire's style than the Republic's.
And that might just get killed depending on how
you word it.
Yeah.
They were also talking specifically about like Balmorra and freeing their planet. What do I know about this planet and like its history, if that could help at all?
You can roll me core worlds or education.
Yeah. I will do core worlds. Diff 2?
Yep.
Cool. One success.
So what you learn is what you as you sort of like dig through your own recollection of what you've read about Balmorra. So the weird thing about Balmorra is it was kind of odd that it was given up in the first place, because so the situation surrounding Balmorra, the Empire hit it hard and fast. They launched a very swift, like shock and awe attack to take over Balmorra by force, taking its capital world, and sort of scaring the Republic into a delayed response.
Mm-hmm.
And when a peace treaty was signed to try and slow the hostilities down, Balmorra was left to the Empire in the bargain as part of the negotiations. The weird thing is, Balmorra historically has been patriotically Republican. Like they support the Republic in everything. The people of the Republic are staunch defenders of the ideals and the things the Republic stands for. So the resistance cells have been real easy to generate. Like just a little bit of income, a little bit of support, and they are willing to fight against the Empire to take back their world and try and get back into the arms of the Republic. It's not hard to light up a resistance cell on Balmorra.
Okay.
The primary problem being, why was this world given up? Like it could have very easily been fought over and taken back. But someone decided it was more worth giving it to the Empire than fighting over it, even though the planet itself is disposed to fight for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if I'm remembering right, that has my suspicions about. Well, Shivat has suspicions about that.
Yeah, I think if I'm recalling correctly, that might have been part of what led you here as part of your own
Mm-hmm.
personal mission.
Yeah. We could also play into there's a strangeness in how quickly this place fell.
Okay. So,
How much does the Republic care about them here?
maybe if we find out the answer to why it fell so quickly, that'll be a nice place to redirect their anger to.
Yes. That answer's probably Straightfield. That's probably going to be something in the city, like searching around the politics of what happened.
Yeah, like
Sounds like
if you're gonna find that answer, it'll probably be in Sobrik.
yeah. I know we didn't want to have to walk through the entire city, but I think that's where that answer will be.
That's going to be this. Yeah, that's going to be the mass murdering route.
Yes, which is preferable.
Yes. Sorry, Rocco.
Oh no, it is better to not kill, or so I hear.
None of us, though. We'd really like it if you sort of remembered where you were at all times.
I
When
will do
possible.
my best, but I make no guarantees.
That's
That
fair.
is fair. All right. Well, this feels kind of two-pronged.
Yeah.
One, we have two things that we need to do. First of all, we need to figure out exactly why they folded like a something.
Folded like a hand of cards.
That's not where my mind was going, but sure. And two, we need to make friends with them.
Yes.
If they don't trust us, if the information we have to provide is counter to their what they want, they're not going to believe. They're going to just reject it out of hand.
Yes. I think I might not be the best at that angle.
I can do that part. I can make friends with the Twi'lek.
I'm comfortable going.
Twi'lek and Zeltron have a lot in common. If
you talk to her, Mila, you have some conversations with our passionate Wookiee. That should not be so. Fired up.
Right.
Rocco, what would you like to do?
I'm not the best at talking to people, but I can assist one of you.
You could also assist Nieb in repairing the landing gear.
That's also true.
That would
Out of-
probably be more useful for me, yes.
And I'll go into the city and start asking around.
Okay.
We'll get things done over the next couple of days. Hopefully, I would like to not have to descend. Hang on, no, never mind. We'll still have to descend into the pit of bugs, Ugh. Because those are still an issue. No matter, getting them to cool their heads over here, that's still going to be an issue. I regret choices. It's fine.
Yeah, it's almost like even if you do manage to talk them down, you're still gonna have to deal with the Colicoys.
I know she's not happy about it. It'll be fine. All right. Well, I'll pack a bag and
All right.
start off.
If you need anything, just scream very loudly as you die.
Lysandra, can you take care of my cat while I'm gone?
I will absolutely take care of your cat.
Thank you.
Of course.
Have a name.
Khan.
Okay.
If he's hiding, just yell. He comes when you call his name.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
He has a meow as a cat comes because his name was called a second ago.
Yeah. Pets. And yeah, we'll start packing to head out. Well, I will. Sen obviously can't decide here, but I might ask. I'll probably ask
Logare to come along.
Logare to come with. Yeah, that feels like a good idea.
Probably.
He's gonna be so pleased.
Yeah, walking straight into Imperial territory.
Exactly.
At least he knows how they work.
I'll pack my most empire waisted dresses.
Empire wasted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Please
Absolutely.
picture the Sith in a sort of a Bridgerton aesthetic.
I mean,
From now on?
it's not wrong.
Yes.
Like
Excellent.
if you had to apply like old like medieval and like general like old fashioned like aesthetics to them, Bridgerton would not be wrong for the Sith. Like in general, they do love their like almost looks painful levels of ostentation.
Yeah. I don't know.
In fact, a number of them probably want it to actively be painful.
I was gonna say, like, and to be fair, this is somewhat influenced by just the internet being the internet, but it's within the canon show too. The Sith are a little bit more overt with the bondage theme.
Yes, the Sith do love leather.
Not even just leather.
Yeah, straps, buckles,
like
everything.
Those are some bondage fans.
look at Asajj Ventress in any outfit she's ever worn.
Uh-huh.
And she's just Dathomiri. She's not even like full-on Sith.
I'm not gonna ask to borrow Lysandra's clothes in turn, because I don't think I want to be accidentally mistaken for used to be soldier. That's not the vibe. But I will pack my best finery for the occasion.
Excellent. All right. We got about 20 minutes before the end of session. Who wants to go first in attempting to talk to someone?
I mean, I'm just hanging around until the Wookiee goes off on their own.
I'm working on stuff.
Oh, speaking of which, Mila, if you would like to roll either education or core world for a potential idea that might occur to you.
Difficulty?
2. Standard.
Education.
Success and advantage. So, point of order, I mentioned previously how because Jedi are not super subtle, whenever one of them gets too noteworthy on an undercover mission, they often have to get recalled and cycled out.
Mm-hmm.
If you can prove or get into contact with any other Jedi and like get the word that Sawasha is perhaps getting a bit too zealous in their attentions here, they might end up getting the council to call them back and send in a Jedi who might be a bit more level-headed.
Ooh.
Mom, Dad, the Wookiee's misbehaving.
Do I have the means to contact someone like that?
I don't know. Did you keep any kind of channels with the Jedi Order when you left?
I mean, like I said, I didn't leave on bad terms, so like.
Yeah, so you probably at least know a couple people, but you need to get to a communicator that's strong enough to reach someone. So you would need a hyperspace communicator because you'd probably need to reach somebody on Coruscant.
Do we have one of those on the ship?
Not on the ship.
Okay.
You know who might have one? The Wookiee. Because the Wookiee definitely has to report back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sawasha almost certainly has one.
Steal his fucking communicator and then tell on him with it.
Yes.
I think that's plan B.
That's fair. Death is painful.
And an angry Wookiee is prone for ripping arms off.
If you're lucky.
All right, so
that's plan B.
Plan A is talking. Plan B is telling on them. Plan C is colloquids.
There we go. See, we're getting them.
Like, as long as it keeps moving further down the alphabet, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We don't want it moving up the alphabet. That's when it starts to become a problem.
No, it's when you get to plan F for fuck. That's the.
I mean,
trouble. You've gone too far down.
I'm pretty sure plan F for fuck is just what Jeremy's race is all about, though.
You are not wrong. Like, I was about to make the joke, like, no, that is
that's plan A on a good
that
day.
is Lysandra That is Lysandra's like third or fourth plan for getting the Twi'lek on her side, or trust rather.
Yeah, plan F is plan A on a good day.
And if this is a different Zeltron, that would 100% be plan A.
So, between the two of you, do we want to have Mila talk to Sawasha or Lysandra talk to Diet first?
Go ahead.
All right, Mila.
I volunteer you.
It's not hard to find a Wookiee. And it's not hard to find a Jedi away from everybody because they tend to just kind of do that out of habit. So eventually you find Sawasha off, separated away from the rest of the rebels, probably trying to find a spot to think, plan, and or meditate.
And just I walk in, with footfalls loud enough to be heard, like to not startle or anything,
Mm-hmm.
and see if Sawasha addresses me.
Let me make a roll for Sawasha real quick.
Interesting.
So Sawasha like turns his head to look as you approach, and just, have you come to seek me out, stranger?
I was wondering if I'd run into you. I was wondering if I'd run into you while on my looks for a quiet place.
There are a few places in this facility good for meditation, though I suspect that you're all too familiar with that. I do not know you, but you have the air of someone trained in the Force about you.
You're not wrong.
Are you friend or foe?
That, I believe, mostly depends on you. If you're I tend to run towards the quiet and contemplative side.
You have the air of someone who wants to scold me for acting too rashly.
Going gung ho is a temptation, and it's not always a good one to follow. It draws attention. Particularly here, it'll draw the wrong kind of attention and bring more problems.
Perhaps attention should be drawn. The people of Balmorra feel as if the Republic abandoned them. They who had been strong allies in the days prior to the Cold War. I fear that the patriotic zeal of the people of Balmorra might be turned to darker ends if it cannot be shown that the Republic is indeed on their side. Inaction may only make things worse.
There is another path, though. A more tempered response. Keep that flame glowing without letting it consume. Let it burn just below the surface until the Republic is in a position to help, not from the shadows.
Would not such a protracted conflict merely prolong the suffering of this planet's people?
Rushing ahead so brazenly could result in them being dead instead.
Roll me. Roll me discipline. Not normally what I would consider a conversational skill, but I don't think charm is really what's applying here.
Discipline difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
How do I use a light side point?
You click the use light side, and then you can apply it as an upgrade to your side of the equation.
Okay. I think I will use a light side point
Yeah. Do it.
and then upgrade. Difficulty 2. Discipline.
So successful. Something you say is going to get through, but that threat means there's going to be a problem with that. What do you think that is?
I think there's a uncertainty in the timeline. Like, I don't know what the Republic has plans that slightly portrays that I'm not that closely tied to the Republic.
Yeah. As you mentioned this bit of conversation, he thinks on it. You may be right. But at the same time, The Republic's propensity for inaction is what drew me to this world in the first place. And at this rate, with the collocoids and the Imperial push, these people may end up dead regardless. And I think you've been away from the Republic for a while, haven't you?
I've certainly been away from the core, spending more time in the outer worlds.
It's quiet out there. Easier to forget the constant pressures. This war may be considered cold, but that never stopped blood from being spilled. Still, I will think on your wisdom. I cannot guarantee that I will change my approach. But I will reflect on this. In either case, the collocoids must be dealt with. That is a given, or their
Yes.
threat will overwhelm the space.
The colloquids are certainly a threat. I will leave with one last thing for you to think on. A rash Jedi frequently doesn't get to stay where they want. If you aren't careful, the Council might recall you. They might have you want to help the people here, but if you push too hard, you might get sent somewhere where you can't help them.
He frowns at that, but you get the sense that he acknowledges that that is indeed the case.
And with that, I'll take my leave. And
Make your way out. You think you've made at least an amount of progress with him. You don't know how far that'll get you, but it's at least a step in the right direction.
You walk out of the room and immediately go to your computer. It's like, we got to kill him.
Now this is when you have to steal the phone. It was inevitable. You were going to have to do it.
Meanwhile, Lysandra.
Yep. I am literally just gonna wander until I run into
Diet.
Yep. Like these a shot in the dark, but odds are not terrible. Usually when somebody is that sort of devoted, let's say, they don't just sit one place.
Yeah, she tends to do rounds. She likes to check
Yes.
up on the men, make sure they're in fighting spirit, you know.
Yep. So I will just wander until oh, hi.
Yeah, you find her talking to a pair of soldiers who are manning one of the barricades, keeping an eye out for any potential collocoids.
Cool.
She gives one of them a pat on the shoulder and turns to approach you as you approach her.
Yep. Hey.
Good to see you again, stranger.
Good to see you too. Listen, it's good that I bumped into you. What is there to do here when there's downtime? Because I don't sit by myself well.
Well, if you fancy a game of Pazak or Dajaric, there's a few boards laying around that might be worth playing. I don't know if you take to the old Balmorran tradition of shooting bottles off of walls, but that's also an option.
Thrilling.
Well, those of us that don't have any kind of undercover identity have a hard time making it out to Sobrick for the entertainment district. So
Right. That's fair. And certainly, I have reason. I'm not. That's not a risk I'm willing to take either. What do you do? Because it seems, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you were just throwing out options of what other people do.
that's fair. If I need a moment alone, I've occasionally been known to read. There's a few sparring arenas to keep the men sharp, and occasionally I'll take a round or two.
Cool, let's go kick the shit out of each other.
There's always drinking, too.
Or that. Kick the shit out of each other the other way.
I get a sense you wanted to talk about something.
No. I like the people that arrive. I've been on a confined ship with them for a week and a half, and they're not dead yet. So go me.
Fair enough. Sounds like you got some stress to work out.
I need to do, I not even work stress off. I need to interact with somebody who's not them. So what would you like to do?
Well, probably don't want to risk any sparring injuries 2 days before a major operation, but I do have...
I mean, if that's a concern, I am a medic.
Fair. I do have a bottle of Corellian brandy and a few books.
Fuck fighting. And we will head that way.
Well, the two of you kick off that personal relationship. That's where we'll go ahead and end for the week.
Nope.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.